Okay everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video on Gran Turismo 7, and we are back with some Daily Race A chaos and fun. Probably been one of the best Daily Race A's of the year. I definitely think it's one of the top 3 that we've ever had on Gran Turismo 7 as a Daily Race A. But yeah, let's get this started. We're going from towards the back. We're in P7 in this first race and we're going to try and see if we can get a win in this Daily Race A at Nordschleife with the pre-tuned cars that we used from last week's Daily Race C. Really fun cars to drive. I hope they use these more often in the game because they really work well, and this has definitely been one of the top Daily Race A's of the year so far. Now, one thing about this race is it has provided quite a lot of chaos. As you're about to see straight away, we have a car losing control and straight away into the barrier. So that is something you're going to see with this combo. It is entertaining though, it's fun to drive. And yeah, if you do enjoy this video, do hit that like button. It's massively appreciated if you take a few seconds to give that a little like. Helps the channel, helps the algorithm. Really grateful if anyone does that. Also, subscribe to the channel. We stream pretty much every day along with videos throughout the week to try and help you out with certain track guides and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to join the channel, get in there as a subscriber and you can watch all these track guides we do every single week and set up videos as well. But you can see there in this race, we're going to go down the right hand side of the Porsche here, going to get very close to the grass, and you can see the slipstream with that really strong set, and that Porsche is able to just carry on. Although he's not able to get past there, and we're going to go back up the inside, and now we're just going to lift for this left hand corner because it's a very tricky corner. You've got to be very careful, and then onto the brakes because you don't want to just brake late like this Porsche is going to do on our inside. He actually pushes Andy in the other Porsche out the way and carries on. In my opinion, he should have probably backed out of that one and let Andy back through, but he's carried on his way and he's going to just ignore the fact that he's just pushed him out the way. So we're on the outside now, so we're going to back out from here. It's too risky to try and go side by side through this section of track, so yeah, just back out, get on the brakes nice and early because there's always chaos into this corner. Very often a car's going to go wide. As you can see up ahead, there pretty much has happened there with the yellow LFA, and then he's just about managed to keep it on the track, and we're going to try and get onto that throttle and get on that slipstream. You can see now Andy is having a little look up the inside of that Porsche that has just pushed him off. So I was kind of predicting here, this is very likely going to end in absolute chaos because of what happened before. See a little bit of side-on contact there. Andy's managed to get himself back through that German driver. However, the German driver is going to send it again. A little bit of contact. We get hit from behind. You can see we've picked up a bit of damage where the Supra obviously missed the brake slightly. Nothing deliberate there, but a little bit of damage on our rear, so we're going to have a little less grip on that rear and a little bit slower top speed. But through this section shouldn't really affect you on the top speed. It will affect us in terms of grip through the corner though, so just going to have to be a bit cautious as we go into this right hand corner because it'd be very easy to lose the rear or on the steer off. So now into the braking zone, very tricky corner this, and you can see Andy, a little bit of a tap there. Don't know if that was tactical, but whatever it was, kind of can't feel sorry for the German driver there after the contacts that have gone on before that. So yeah, Andy up there back into P4, and now we're going to follow behind Andy, have a little look up the inside here now into the really fast flowing corners. Now you can see this is really tricky to go side by side, so I decided to actually brake early and let him go through there because I don't want to go side by side through that track, that part of the track. It's just not really sensible to do so. You're going to end up in a crash. So played it smart. The Supra also played it smart behind us there where we've lifted, and now we've got back through there. You can see as Andy has gone wide and we're up into P3. So clever play there, played it smart, didn't risk going side by side. Not a place for the track where you really want to be overtaking someone around the outside there. So yeah, we're now into that podium position and we're not far off the lead in this one. Will this be the race that we actually manage to get a P1? Let's see if we can do it in this one, as we're going to get that slipstream from P2. You see he's got a penalty also, so that's definitely going to be a position that we're going to gain if we stay close enough on the straight. So now we're coming to the end of the lap now. You can see we've managed to stay right behind P2 there. He's got that penalty. P1 started to pull away a little bit. However, P1 in the LFA made a little bit of a mistake there on that left-hand corner, and now going into the final 2 corners again, he's ran a bit wide there. That's going to give us a slipstream even more. So a little bit of a mistake from P1. He's dropped the ball there right at the end of the lap, and we've got one more corner pretty much before the long straight. So just trying to stay as close as we can now, get into that slipstream to P2. He's going to take that penalty, so when he takes that, hopefully we'll be able to get the slipstream to the LFA. Now we've got the Supras behind us also that are really quick in the slipstream, so this is going to be tricky how this works. Will he bump draft or will he go straight past? Let's see what happens as we pick up the slipstream. He's going to go past. However, that's quite nice for me because now that he's gone past, I can tuck him, get his slipstream, get a little bit of the LFA's slipstream, then go back to the left, pick up the Supra slipstream, And now we're going to get ourselves up into P1. Surely this is looking very good for that win that we've been searching for on Daily Race A. So now going down into the final sector, we've just got to make sure we brake nice and early. However, look behind us, the car runs wide onto the grass, hits us in the rear, and disaster has struck. After thinking this was surely going to be that race where we get the win, unfortunately, I don't think it was anything on purpose. It was just a mistake by the Super. You can see he's going to let us back through, so fair play for the sportsmanship there. But yeah, he just ran onto the grass, dirty tyres, no brakes, and straight into the rear of our car. And we eventually take a P-Steve. So yeah, not the greatest result, but we're going to go again and try and get ourselves up into the lead again. So third race now, let's see if we can get a bit more luck and get that win. So straight away, P5 there, making a little bit of a mistake, running wide. That's going to give us a position straight away, and now we're going to follow through and try and catch up the next group of cars. Now, it was fairly static for the start of this race, not much going on. As we skip a little bit further ahead, you can see we're still in P5, and we're just working our way up behind the group of cars for the lead there. You can see it's getting a little bit closer though between the lead and ourselves. And then as we come through here, keep your eye on the yellow LFA. I think he just lets that car through, lets another car through here, I think, or he just runs a bit wide and just decides to let us through. I'm not really sure what happened there. I'm not sure if he was just letting everyone through or whether there was some sort of incident earlier in the race. I'm not too sure, but we're up to P4 now and going to try and push on for that lead. So getting ourselves into that slipstream and just trying to see if we can work our way up to P1. P1 started to pull away quite a bit there. You can see over 3 seconds ahead. So it's going to be very, very difficult to catch P1 up in this race, but we're going to give it a good go. So by the time we're getting towards the end of the lap, you can see that P1 is a little bit too far away. We're going to get into the slipstream of these two cars though. You can see a little bit of battle in there, almost the BMW losing control of the car, but that has really helped me out because that's given me a nice bit of slipstream now for the last straight. So again, try and stay in this corner as close to them as possible and see if we can drag our way up to the leader. But looking at the gaps, it's going to be pretty much impossible to catch the leader up at this stage. So yeah, just get that slipstream to P3 in the BMW. We know the BMW is not the fastest car on the straight. It tends to fade quite a bit in the 6th and 7th, like the top end of the gears. So let's have a little look as we pick up that slipstream. Is that BMW going to fade off? You can see it starts to, I think it maxes out at about 170. So once we hit this speed, we should start gaining massively, and you can see, yeah, it's completely hit the limiter. It's got no more speed there, and we're up into P3. So not too bad. We're up into P3. Can we manage to get another position here as we're going to work our way into the final corners? And yeah, we know that this is a very tricky section. People can easily make mistakes. So onto the brakes, into the final section. You can see that P2 has run a little bit wide there. He's given himself a little bit of a dodgy entry, and then as we went to go down the right, I'm not sure if he just lost the rear, but again, sportsmanship from P2 here. He's going to back out and let us back through there. I think he felt he blocked us. In all honesty, it was probably a bit of a difficult place to go for an overtake, but we take a P2. Great sportsmanship from the Spanish driver, and now we're going to go again and try and get this win. We keep losing out on this win. We've got to get this win on this combination eventually. Again, we've got some people there letting a few drivers through. They obviously don't want to start right at the front. And now we're up into P7. We've got Fuser in front of us. We've got Zach in front of that. And we're going to see if we can get this win in this attempt at this daily race A. Great fun though. A lot of chaos in this race. Entertaining, I think, to watch throughout the week. And we definitely need more stuff like this. For daily race A, it can be stuff like this. I really enjoy it. And yeah, PD, hopefully they've seen the number of people doing daily A this week and realizing that people like these pre-tuned cars. We could have other versions of like pre-tuned cars, like hot hatches at different combinations. It would definitely work very well. So if anyone out there at PD is listening, take note of what people have been doing this week. They've enjoyed this race. We like these pre-tuned cars. They give good racing. Do it with other cars as well. Hot hatches, anything. Just make some really fun combinations. I think it would go down an absolute treat as a daily race A. It works very well. So in this race now, we're getting very close. We can see side-by-sides up ahead. That's got potential for a little bit of chaos. It's Fuser's actually going to lift off there. We're going to go around the outside, but not try and send it all the way. We're going to lift early and then just tuck in behind and then make sure we're on the brakes for this corner now as we slowly go through this corner. You've got to be very careful you don't brake too late there. We've got the Jaguar on the outside there. Not the best exit from the Jaguar. The Jaguar is more about the top speed on the final straight. That car is a rocket ship on the straight, so Not as fast as the other cars through the corners, but on the straights, very, very quick. So we're going to just back out here. We can see opportunity of chaos there. So back out, and Fuser goes off onto the grass. We're going to go around the outside. Luckily, he doesn't knock us off there. He makes sure he gets on the brakes. And now we're going to go up the inside and into P5. So nice start there. A bit more chaos there on that lap. And that's what's going to happen on this combination all the time. You're going to get a little bit of chaos. It's always going to kick off at some point pretty much in a race. And luckily for myself, we've got through and up into P5. So what we need to do now is try and catch up them cars in front. We've got 3 Supras. The Supra is the OP car this week, really. That's why you're seeing most people go in the Supra for this combination. But the I prefer driving the Lexus. I just found it more fun to drive. The rear of the car felt like it rotated. I really had a lot of fun at this combination in the Lexus. So let's see if we can catch up and see if we can put some pressure on and maybe work with Zach or work with some cars to get up close to the lead for the final straight. You can see going through here, just a group of Supras in front of us. Everyone looks like they're in the Supra, and there's a little bit of contact, I think, there, and that's going to cause a little bit of chaos. There's 3 wide, and then this is absolutely perfect. We see an opportunity straight through the middle there, right between the gap, and put ourselves up into that podium position. So yeah, a little bit of chaos started. I saw the gap, we go through it, and a nice move up into P3. So now we need to try and work and get ourselves up to that lead car. He's quite a distance away. We're going to get the slipstream from P2. We're going to have a little look around the right hand side here, but you can see I decided not to really go for that lift off the throttle. However, Zach there has a little look up the inside. We're going to brake just before that little bit of blue paint on the tarmac, and now into this long right hand corner before we go onto this long straight. So this is another opportunity where you're going to get possible chaos starting, because it just very often leads up to destruction because everyone gets a slipstream. We're going to give this car a little bit of a bump draft there because we want to just try and get him close to the car up ahead. However, you can see Zach's going to go down the left hand side. We're going to try and stay in the slipstream to P2. We give another bump draft here, and then we're going to pick up that slipstream. So we're side by side with Zach, and now at this point I decide to lift and get the brakes on for the corner because we don't want to go side by side. But I don't think Fuser was aware of what was going on in front of us with side by side and chaos in front of us. So yeah, he didn't really preempt the braking. We brake early to try and make sure we don't go side by side and cause chaos. But yeah, he's managed to go straight into the back of there. We got a little bit of damage from it, but we survived it, and now we're behind Zach now going into the carousel. So let's try and get as close as we can now. We've got to try and get close to that leader, although the leader has pulled away 4.2 seconds away. So it's going to be very difficult to catch up that lead battle, but at least we can try and get ourselves a podium in this race. So let's watch this as it develops at the end. This is absolutely incredible what you're about to see, and this is one reason why I've absolutely loved this race. I know that the slipstream is a bit of a meme, it's a bit too strong, but what it does is it creates endings like this on this straight. So again, the LFA working with us, and just watch how much we catch up to Zach in front of us there. 1.7 seconds ahead. However, 1.7 seconds is not enough when you've got 3 cars all bump drafting each other, and then you pick up the slipstream. So look at the speed that we're going. We're gaining on Zach, and nothing he can do about this. Just watch how much speed we have when we go past him. So 185 miles an hour, and goodbye up into P2. Now the LFA is going to try and go around us, but just watch the speed of the Jaguar now. Look at this. He's going to have a little look here. We're going to go side by side with the LFA. And this is absolutely amazing. This is why I've loved this race. Look at this respectful driving here, side by side. There's tiny bit of contact from the LFA on the inside there, but not, you know, for the speeds we were going, that was brilliant. And the Jaguar just sneaks his way into P2 right at the last moment. Incredible ending to that race. That was really enjoyable. Absolutely loved that race when we were doing it live on stream. If you want to watch moments like that live, make sure you subscribe. Like I say, this was streamed live on the channel. So we're going to go again. One more race. Now, we're in P10 this time, and we're on the American server, so we're further back, which will make it a little bit harder to go for that win. And also, the lobby was pretty well stacked for an American lobby. There was a lot of A+ drivers in there. Really shows you that this combination has been a very popular one. So we're going to skip a little bit further ahead, and we go through this right corner. Some brilliant driving by the F40 there to avoid. I think he just preempted seeing that car rejoining the track, just about avoided it. Did lose a bit of straight line speed, so we're now going to go past that. But yeah, that BMW going off track nearly causing a big crash there straight away in this daily race A. So up into P7, we've got, I think that's Zach in front of us from the EU as well. He's also on the American account, and we're now working our way up, fast forwarding the action as we come to this section here, which normally leads into some sort of chaos as we see the Lamborghini go off track. That's going to have contact with the Supra. The Supra is going to cut the corner, and that means he's going to have a little bit of dirty tyres and not much acceleration. So now we're going to just get past him pretty easily with getting the slipstream from them cars ahead. The slipstream's from like 2 seconds back, so yeah, fairly easy to jump up the inside there and get that position. So skipping a little bit further on in the race now, and I said during the live stream, Murray Walker that said there's possibly going to be a lot of chaos here with these cars, and I was right. Lamborghini into the barrier, Supra into the barrier, LFA into the barrier. I'm just going to go to the right here and then try and tuck up inside. The LFA runs a little bit wide, pushes the other Supra off. We're going to go to the left hand side now and try and go side by side through here. You can see it works this time because he actually lifts off there. So I actually lifted not expecting him to do that, but he gave us plenty of space. A lot of chaos there, and up into P2 with the Ferrari F40 as well, working his way up into P3. So both of us playing it very sensible there, avoiding all the chaos and up into the podium position. So now we're coming to the later part of the lap. You can see that we're trying to close down on P1, and as we come through here we see that the gap is going to start decreasing. A little bit of a mistake in this left hand corner, it looks like, for the Supra in the lead. As we go through here you can see that we gain again about half a second instantly. So I'm guessing he got onto the grass, and that's good for us because if he got on the grass he's possibly got a little bit of dirty tyres, and hopefully we can keep on gaining. And you can see that delta is coming down even further. Will we finally get a victory? We've not had much luck at the end of this race. We can see now it's under 2 seconds. We've got the gap to the car behind around 1.1, 1.2. So if we can get more of the slipstream to P1, we should be able to cover ourselves from being overtaken on the back straight. You can see I'm really pushing at this stage. Absolutely sending it into these corners. Being very cautious here though, I didn't want to run wide. This is a corner where if you overdrive it, it's so easy to just run off into the gravel on the right hand side. But you can see now we're into that slipstream. Now we're going to tuck into the left hand part, try and get onto that throttle nice and early, trying to put that power down. We gain a little bit there, but not perfect really. And now we're into this final long right hand corner where we're going to try and pick up that slipstream, although we're 1.4 seconds back and we've got no one bump drafting us, so probably not going to be able to gain that. You can see we're going to go to the right hand side of the track. He's going to keep moving obviously to try and break that slip. Totally fair. And now we've got that slipstream, but the Supra just seems too quick. We're not really gaining on it. You can see we needed someone to work with on this straight, and it looks like we're going to not get the win. But we know this final section is very tricky, so brake nice and early. Make sure we don't run deep into the corner. And we have a little look at P1. He brakes a little bit late there. He's off the brakes and into the barrier, and we have been gifted the win. Finally managed to get that win after not much luck. But we do it this time, a P1 from the back of the grid, and that was a lot of fun. Had so much fun on this combination this week. I hope you lot did. Let me know in the comments if you had fun. Subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. I'll be back with more videos in the future. Thanks again for watching, everyone.